Oh.
Yo!
We're waiting on Yo. Yo!
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Alright. Game is up and ready. And I figure we'll just do some quick lines of introduction so that people have a few more moments to settle in, set up. Because today's, I think pretty much everyone sounds like they've had a whole day today, you know?
I am.
Pretty much.
Yeah, today's been like a whole day, you know?
Well, I mean, I could have been a bit more for me, but I was mostly sleepy.
Good. Alright. But yes, today we have... Let me just go straight down the line. The delightful Great Dictator, how are you doing today?
Hot and bothered. as
Oh my-
will as it will be during most of summer.
But
otherwise,
I bought this
pretty good.
map.
What was that?
I just loaded in. This map is amazing. Holy shit.
Thank you, it's not mine.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, video games.
Coming.
Thank you, I stole it myself.
Exactly!
The Kobold Way.
Yeah, I took it from the community chest. It belongs to
Yep.
everyone.
Fun fact, kobolds don't steal. Kobolds just
They're
don't have the
fine.
same understanding of ownership as other races. So like the idea of that if it's not on your person, if it's not in your possession, then you don't have any claim over it anymore.
Oh.
So, yeah,
It depends with some different kinds of kobolds.
is true.
Kobolds like my kind of kobolds, it's about the shiny snowflare. Our scales are, our scales and our teeth and everything are reinforced with iron. So you can tell that it's your shiny or not because you've got you've got scale bits on it from snuggling or sleeping on it.
Ah.
So you can snoof the shinies and know exactly who it belongs to.
Snoof.
Snoof.
Yes.
You.
Good. Put yourself near the
Snoof.
entrance to the cave when you have the opportunity.
Oh yes, my fave thing.
We are joined today
Uh,
So
by...
if a kobold is sniffling around your stuff,
We're gonna
they're
need.
just trying to figure out what belongs to you.
I need to get promoted to get my object, and
Oh, right. I need to do it to everybody.
Yeah. I still need to figure out how to get my token. I keep fucking forgetting to get with you and
The
do
place where I
that.
normally put my text is.
oh, I guess another small nicety. Finally put in a order for since my Saturday game campaign is ending. Like everyone agreed to commission the artist.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
So we're getting a
Nice.
nice chunky 8-character portrait.
Nice.
Portrait.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we should probably increase them, shouldn't we?
I mean, I'm only increasing
Oh yeah,
Ahsoka
they should
because
probably be the size of
she's
this.
big.
Yeah, but at the same time, look.
Oh, he's not
but
supposed to be
at the
going
same time, look at
What's he
the
doing?
squares.
You know
I
what,
still
that's
can't do my
fair.
I still can't do my object.
I mean,
Try now.
Thank you. Bob. Oh, it's tiny.
Hmm.
Part of me really wants to
They're being
attempt
weird.
to make the characters, but as low poly character models.
Oh, that'd be cute.
That would be adorbs.
Mostly for the sake of practice, but I think I got too much going on to dedicate that much. Because
By the way,
I
have
can model.
healed?
I made
Yes.
it on time. I'm proud of
Okay.
myself.
You had some time after the last encounter while you were still traveling the rest of the way.
I don't think I got scratched. Also, if I remember, oh yeah, I should probably open up Path Builder, right? Thankfully, it always has my character loaded.
Right then.
detailed. Yeah, everything's there.
Going straight down the Discord list, we have the delightful Great Dictator. You said you were having a rough time with the summer. How hot is it out there?
Well, it's gotten a little bit better, but but if I need the fan on me, it's bad enough.
Fair. We have the lovely Kobold Sprig. How's your day going?
It's me. I am Sprig. My day has been going mostly good. I did a bad last night, and there was a certain chore that I should have finished before I went to bed that I didn't.
Rude.
And I woke up and had some back pain again, but that's just been like, life.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, today has been quite good.
That is good.
I added another subclass to my revised martials thing last night because a friend is playing in Shard's campaign coming up, and she wants to play Wild Magic Barbarian.
That sounds Wild magic sounds appropriate for a barbarian, in all honesty.
Oh, and it's a thing that I noticed, but I did not get to shout out yet on stream because I'm dumb and forgot about it. We got another $100 donation last night for Extra Life.
Yo, nice.
Let's go!
Yeah! We're nearly halfway to the goal.
That's awesome. We also have
sorry.
the stylish Liv.
Hello.
How are you doing
I
today?
am very much starting to hate Path Builder. It deleted my sheets again.
Oh no!
Oh goodness.
That sucks.
I am
saved the local copy, though,
remaking
right?
myself for the third time. Wait, you can save local copies? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
There's a button to save it as a PDF.
I mean, you can also save your character file locally so that you can load it up in the character builder.
Oh, I'm gonna scream. I didn't know I could do that.
I figured that out after the first time it did that to me.
Oh no.
And I had mentioned it last time too that you were struggling and remaking your character sheet, so I went and made sure to save an extra copy of mine.
I'm silly.
We also have the stylish Mega Serling.
Greetings, everyone, and I will be playing the titular Rodalak Anustek, the fox investigator that nearly died by throwing himself into battle repeatedly. I hope you're all doing well. As for me, I'm doing quite fantastic. We just released a backer kit announcement for a project I'm working on, Lackadaisy, which is already obliterated its first goal.
Jesus.
We are now on the process of getting to $1 million, which, if we do so, we'll be able to create 5 full episodes of Lackadaisy. After that, we'll probably, I don't know, propose to make more episodes if people want to give us more money.
I think that will be even easier after you already make these 5 episodes.
I've got a feeling that people will want to give you money.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I mean, track record so far is pretty good.
And lastly, we have the delightful polearm guy.
Hello.
How's your day?
The only thing I really have to plug is I was on Jade's stream yesterday.
Yo,
Hell
Frank.
yeah.
My
Well,
condolences.
I heard he was quite the celebrity.
My day has been fine, just a little bit warm.
Yeah, same. And I'm here too. All right. Who wants to do a recap of last session? Where are we right now?
When we last left off in the adventures of Jade the Kobold and the organization, we had been making our way to a new world where the A-Team had disappeared into the mountains far, far to the north. And now that we have made our way there, against all the recommendations of the mayor of the original town, we now find ourselves at the precipice of a cave after dealing with a form of displacer beast. We ended up having our resident barbarian make friends with them. Soba
Yeah.
had told them to make their way back to the village with our guide, who now makes their way towards the village, while we handle the danger up ahead.
Trego.
Prego.
I love Trego.
Prego. Prego?
So I redid the, even though it has no impact on anything whatsoever, I just want you all to know that I spent an inordinate amount of time reworking the song that the little kobold was singing so that it has a better meter.
I appreciate this.
Very much.
It was a very cute song.
Very cute song.
There was no material benefit, but it made my brain go burr, so I did it.
Hey, look, making your brain go burr is like all you really need.
Wait, there's a little kobold song? I don't remember this.
Yeah, the kobold was
Yeah, the
singing
kobold
a
was
song,
singing
and then you guys started singing like incredibly off key.
Right. I remember it now.
To try and make friends with said kobold.
Yeah, we walked forward trying to make friends with the kobolds and frightened them very severely.
All right. Yeah, it's coming back to me now. We did not roll well.
You did
We
not.
never roll well.
Well, I mean, we
Oh my
didn't roll
goodness.
terribly, but
The
not
rolls
what we
No
could-
one
wanted.
rolled well
Last
last
time.
session but Jade.
Yeah. The only person who was rolling well was me with crits on you guys. What percentage of your life did I take,
Mhm.
Bill?
90,
Notable?
something like that?
An unnotable amount.
And I rolled pretty well. But also, my character is too dumb to do anything outside of hit things good, so...
Oh, hitting things good is critical.
If I remember correctly, I was the one with the okay performance roll, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the two. There were at least two of us that did an okay performance roll.
I strike the oar and I keep the mine, and I think of you. I strike the oar and I wish for love and I want to see it through. I strike the oar and I brace myself to show you my feelings true. We strike the oar and we keep the mine, and I'll always mine with you. Look.
That's very... No, it's super cute. I just want to, like, just
Very
pick
cute.
you up and just pile drive you. That was so cute.
It is very
Valid.
cute. It is indeed very cute.
Right then, there's a terrified kobold in front of you. You have made your presence known. And they... Oh, I actually want to bring up one more thing for the recap. And that was that you did come across a fairly... Should we just say odd or horribly disturbing? Somewhere between those two. Somewhere between odd and horribly disturbing field.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want that to be forgotten.
Yeah, no, I was trying to forget about it, but that's fine. I turned a dead something. I don't remember what it was. It was a dead fox into a puffy, which was kind of funny.
Liv is just
also,
legit like, thank you. I had been trying to repress that.
Yeah. Fucking, I love Mystic and Cobalt in Sprig's chat. Fucking, alright. Now I'm just going to make a Scream redeem on my channel. Hang on. Like for €200, you could make me just scream.
Oh boy, I better take off my headphones.
No, I'm not streaming. I'm not streaming like right now, so that's fine.
Oh,
They can't redeem
well
it if
then.
I'm not streaming.
True. Although I think actually they can. Last
That's
night
true.
after Sprig's stream, several people did redeems.
Oh shit. I best make that like 600.
I don't know how. Anyways.
Oh yeah, it's because VTuber Plus is still connected. So like after we went out for the raid, they went back to my channel and just threw stuff at me.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Just continued bombarding you until you noticed.
Yeah, no,
So-
they
so,
bombarded
Liv, I have a
me and
question
knocked me
for
out
you.
just as we raided out, and then after we raided out, I got back up on my like stream preview where the stream was offline, and they just started pelting me again.
Liv, I have a question. Why did you want to forget the field of vivisection?
Excuse
What if
Oh
it-
god, it's named now.
Oh, boy.
believe it or not, I have a phobia of vivisection.
You might say
I do
that
believe
they have
that.
two
It's
minds about
terrifying.
the topic.
Yeah. Like, I've got some very specific phobias, and all of them are stuff I usually never run into, except when I'm playing D&D. Lobotomies and vivisection.
I'm
Like,
I'm
two
sorry.
very
I'm
specific
sorry.
phobias.
One person being dissected does not make it a whole field of it.
No, it was multiple things. Like,
It
remember,
was no people,
I could've
lots of
sworn it was
animals.
like-
Anyways.
I could have sworn it was like one person. Oh well.
No, it was a bunch of trees that were like just broken up and separated into their component parts, and then it was animals in like descending size.
I thought the trees were just like put in orderly.
Yeah, the
And
trees were in
I-
order,
Yeah, the
but
trees were
the
intact.
animals had like their anyway.
Why
Anyways,
did I remember the trees being vivisected? But okay, fair enough.
because trauma.
Okay, fair enough.
enough.
So then, there is a kobold staring at you in abject horror.
I do a little wave.
Hey there, little.
I
Hold on. I didn't practice the voice beforehand. Flicker. My name is Flicker. Hey there, little friend.
I'm
Jack.
just gonna say, I have already prepared my no escape reaction.
Alright, I would like to diplomacy this little guy.
You would like to diplomacy.
Yeah, like you can diplomacy all you want. It's just
I
Sola's
just-
just in the background, like waiting for diplomacy to fail.
One diplomacy, please.
Didn't you already try it? No, that was the performance check.
No,
Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna put my rotation value on my D20 at a 1. So that it's
Oh.
already been rolled. And I'm going to attempt to make this roll as I gently crouch down to match my eye height with the kobold, both of my hands up in a very disarming fashion, as I politely ask where he learned to do the bagpipes, and complimenting on his skill as a bagpipist.
bagpipist.
A bagpipist.
It's a word.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go now.
Roll.
I mean, you got high diplomacy, don't you?
Yes.
It's
That's
not.
not bad.
It's not terrible.
Is this in regards to my investigation about the disappearance, by the way?
The investigation was for the disappearance of.
The A team, yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay. Then I got a 19.
That's a solid roll. Okay. They give you a very.
I have an out of character thing that I'm just gonna pass on for like stream and everyone here. It has decided to just begin storming violently here. So if I suddenly
no.
disappear, my power might be out.
Oh,
Okay.
Just as a heads up.
I
Good to
not
know.
too long ago got a taste of a storm like that, and there was supposed to be another one, but thankfully there was not. So that was good.
Oh yeah, I'm apparently going to get lightning in about like an hour and a half. So yeah, same here.
We'll just see how things go.
I imagine Sprig is probably like directly north of me somewhere.
Curse you, nature,
East
and
Coast.
your constant annoyance.
East Coast. East Coast, Beast Coast.
The kobold smiles gently at you and sort of just. You know how there are some people who smile when they're nervous? Like you're not like a
Mhm.
smile as in I'm happy to see you. More of a smile as in hi. Okay, it's
Don't
that.
tell me.
It's
Don't,
not
don't tell me.
screaming. So that's a plus.
It's a smile that doesn't quite touch the eyes.
You pretty much, yeah. So it just sort of stands there for a few seconds, parsing what you said, and takes a moment, reaches for its strap, and offers you the bagpipe.
Well, I think he's either offering it to you or he did not understand what you just said.
You can have it.
Well, as I shift to Draconic, I'm flattered, my friend, but that is not necessary. But, if you like, I could try play, would you mind if I played a note or two?
Go ahead. When you say that's not necessary, actually, give me a perception check if you'd be so kind.
Oh. Okay.
It's not a hard one, but rolling dice is fun. There you go. Easy as.
That is a 24.
Yeah.
25. Sorry.
When you say that's not necessary, you notice their hand go to cover the pouch at their hip. Just sort of as a reflex. You don't even think that they realize they did that, but...
I politely take the bagpipe, and I lick my lips, and I tenderly reach forward, and I'm going to attempt that one song that everyone who has ever played the bagpipes knows how to play. That Scottish ditty that they do every single time. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it with my performance of untrained. I can actually, because I'm untrained in it, I actually get to use my intelligence modifier instead of my number.
Wait, that's good.
Yeah. Just as a thing. Jade,
Hi, Jade.
how these rocks to the left of me, how attached are they to the ground?
Not terribly. They're just alongside a short, little stream, which you all have decided to stand in. Which, honestly, fair. It's nice and cooling.
I rolled
Maybe
a
not
So-
CC,
Soba's-
but
Soba's feet hurt. All right.
Jaden, I just realized we completely forgot to go over this potential skill feat for me to choose.
Should we
Oh.
level up?
Oh,
I mean I got the class feat, the gadget specialist, but I didn't
Oh.
get the skill feat because I just couldn't decide.
oh yeah, we were gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
well, just in case this fails, like, cause Soba remembers the last time we tried performance check. I'm going to ready an action, and I'm gonna ready my oversized throw action to, like, if this thing runs, Soba's just gonna quickly pick up a boulder and just yeet
I rolled a 19.
and just try. No, yeah,
Yo, the dice are back.
yeah.
No doubt
Yeah.
that despite the fact that this is the most generic, basic song that any bagpipe player would actually know in my country, it is probably something unique and bespoke to this little kobold.
It is, in fact. And
Sound like mountain lion in heat.
Well, that's bagpipes for you.
Actually, just for reference, because I'm dumb, which one are you referring to?
I'll pull it up.
what's
It's
it called?
it's like default Scottish ambient. If you've watched a movie that took place in
Oh.
Scotland, you've heard this song.
Okay.
Is it?
yeah.
Scotland
I
Brave?
probably know it, but just for my own brain's sake, because it's like, hey, I know it, but I still probably need to hear it to confirm.
Hmm.
I hate it.
I think. Hold on a second. Let me.
It's just Scotland the Brave, but hold on.
It is
I'm
Scotland the
just-
Brave.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
send it
yeah.
to Dictator.
Yeah.
Of course it's Scotland the Brave.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to specify this because I thought I was going to like brain the kobold with a fucking rock. No, I was going to try and like huck the rock to block its escape into the cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't trying
Oh.
to smash the kobold with a boulder. I promise.
But by the way,
I
I
mean-
guess we should just reaffirm this since it's a new day. I think I get my 2 gadgets back. let's for now just stick to like the list of known one, which is
Okay.
the net, but it's like the twirling things, and I'm forgetting the name because I'm stupid again,
Bolus?
and the sleeping juice.
Okay.
Darn.
Anyway, I pull the bagpipe away and I give like a breath of like memories as I hand the bagpipe back. It's like, you have an excellent instrument.
So when was the last time you played that? Your character played that song?
I'm fairly certain the last time that I played that song was when I was a child. When, as my memories would recall, when I was a child and we were required to learn an instrument, and at one point I was sitting in the class learning the different instruments, and the bagpipe thing came up, and while I ended up playing like the notes once or twice or whatever, it's one of those kind of things where like you play Fior-di-Lis on the piano and you never like really completely forget because it's like the basic one that everyone knows.
Oh yeah.
The default.
I'm not a skilled bagpipe player. I just know how to play Fior-di-Lis on the piano.
Oh, I
Fair
love
enough.
that.
It's one of those kinds of things. Anyway, I'm going to offer the bagpipe back, and I'm going to say, now, thank you for showing me your instrument. Would you mind if I showed you something cool?
Oh, okay.
So
You notice-
I reach into my... Go ahead.
Their back is to the wall, and they are scooting a little bit more towards the entrance.
Yeah, I noticed that you were actually moving it slightly.
It's diegetic.
The
I know.
boulder is prepared.
I still am like down on one knee, and this time, instead of me approaching him, I let him approach me if he wants to, as I pull out the Draconomicon from my inventory.
Oh, no.
It is a tome
Oh.
with a bitchin' ass dragon on the cover,
Nice.
and I invite for him to come and take a closer look.
And
What type of
and I'm gonna add to that by having just Flicker be behind him and like with a smile with like 2 thumbs up. He's
Oh, I
shaking
love
his
that.
head up and, shaking his
God.
head up and down.
The ultimate help action. The thumbs up.
Just imagine, like I don't have like my teeth bared or anything like that. It's more of like a very like polite and earnest expression rather than one where I'm like showing off my teeth, because I lean back to I sorry. I lean back to Dictator's character and I politely like whisper, it's like, you know, in some cultures baring your teeth tends to be considered a sign of aggression.
Oh no.
Anyway, do I need to roll another diplomacy for this one?
I'm a
I have-
I'm a scientist, not a culturologist.
Oh, the dragon on the front would probably be like a big red dragon showing
Okay.
off like all this stuff, kind of like the 3.5 Draconomicon.
Yeah, I gotcha. They will
Yeah.
carefully, kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back, sort of thing, where they clearly want to stay closer to the wall,
Yeah. It's okay.
and then
As he gingerly opens up the book so as not to scare him, and opens up to the page of contents. Like, what is your favorite color dragon?
gray, I guess.
Gray.
That one's been sick for a long time, hasn't it?
Recall knowledge.
Yeah, can I try that too?
Would there be if there's no like academia lore about this one, I can do recall with keen recollection. I can do recall knowledge unskilled at my level. Well, it's my level rather than my intelligence modifier.
Don't even worry about the dice. It's not something that you would understand right at this time.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I don't have any gray dragons.
I don't
Is
believe
your
they
favorite-
exist. I don't think I've
Oh wait,
seen
I thought
one.
you were asking in regards to the other comment about the health. Wait, could you clarify what you're asking for recall knowledge on?
I was asking for, like, is there such a thing as a gray dragon? I don't
Yeah,
think there is.
Yeah, there's several. There's silver, there's iron, there is
Yeah, I guess so.
arguably some forms of black.
You know what? I'm going to present him a picture of a silver dragon. As I flip through the pages and see, like, this very regal-looking adult dragon with the glimmering, shimmering scales and his head held high as if he is one of those people that says, I too have taken the path of vegetarianism, therefore I have saved the planet.
You clearly don't have an air fryer.
I'm just imagining. I'm imagining it's that like pose where like it's one paw over the other, and they giving you a very snarky look.
Oh
I
God.
I have pictures of dragons from all over the entire world.
Do you know a
I
lot
could show
about them?
you some more. I know quite a bit, much of which
Then-
I learned from this book.
Then maybe you could help. Okay. They go back to the wall, trusting you enough to actually turn their back on you for a brief moment. Just a moment, but it's noteworthy given their skittish nature a few moments ago. And they press a depressed rock. They press a rock in the wall twice, and say, "Okay, you can come with me."
All right, I'd be glad to help if you need to say. Okay, he's going.
Go get him!
That's the wrong character. Nope, that's the wrong character still. I'd like to let me pick up my own character, please.
Impossible.
Cannot
Can't
happen.
move him on the grid, so apologies.
We can barely see
stream-
the grid.
The stream traveling through this little area is warm, and as you go in, there is more light than you would have expected. Torches and braziers in some areas, and simple light stones in others. You can see a couple of pathways down various hallways, as you're being rubbernecked. You're being rubbernecked super, super hard. People are leaning out and staring at you.
I'm going to stay just a safe but non-threatening distance behind our kobold friend as he says, "Might I know your name, little bagpipe?"
Etty?
Hagpipe.
Etia?
Atia?
Etia.
How do you spell that? Out of character.
Ettia.
I guarantee we will not forget this in about 5 seconons.
I have already
that's why
forgotten
I
it.
have that's why I've already written it down.
Actually,
I
where's
told
the
myself that I would be trying to take notes more effectively.
Oh, actually, if you hover over them, there's a name now. If you just like, I think I misspelled it, but there.
No, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
It still says Kobold Bird Bagpipes for me.
Well, no,
You have to hover over it and then hold it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'll come back.
Welcome back. We missed you.
Discord. Was weird.
That happens.
Mm.
Umbra, do you want to come sit on my lap? It's fine.
So,
My
As
cat
you-
likes to stand below me and tail at me.
as you're being rubbernecked,
Go ahead.
Are you looking back and just sort of taking note of everyone who you walk by?
Yes,
Oh.
I want to say I would be.
I figured,
Uh,
but I don't want to put actions in your mouth anyways.
Yeah, no, that's fair. In this instance, I would probably be trying to note it on some level. I'm guessing perception check, maybe, or just
Medicine.
oh, Interesting. Because I'm kind of okay at that. Unless I roll a nat 1.
Okay.
fine.
Wow.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say this. Do I think I have a hero point. I'm not sure if this is worth using it on.
No, I wouldn't.
Well, you can wait until anyone else who wants to roll for this can.
Yeah, sure.
I'll make a medicine check. I have pretty decent.
Mhm.
I might as well.
You also have some familiarity with kobolds being from the mountains, undoubtedly.
That's true. Wait. What? Hang on.
Honestly, I feel like I would have probably looked into kobolds a little bit, purely because of like their building nature and such.
Yeah, it would make sense. Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
I have natural medicine as one of my feats. Can I use nature instead of medicine?
Yes.
Okay. That's a difference of a +8 versus a +6. So that is a 23. Wait, no, more than that. Yeah, no, 23. Sorry, dyscalculia happened.
So, in general, kobold warrens tend to have a wide diversity of ages. A lot of the kobolds in here seem young. Like, skewed so.
I see baby kobold, but where is big kobold?
I don't think that they get very big.
No, like what like bigger kobold. You know, relative.
Guys,
All are
I'm really
small
confused
before
what's
sober.
going on with these Dragonborn.
Wait, what? Sorry, can you repeat that?
I said I'm very confused what's going on with these Dragonborn.
It'd be funny for me because I'm running on a kobold build, so.
All right.
Soba kind of nods and is like, Soba also gets them confused. Do not worry.
Well, I'm going to follow our bagpipe kobold
Yeah.
to where they need to go. Oh no.
Oh no, dog boy, go down.
And
So-
I feel like Cece was probably occupied with figuring out how to deal with this particular
While we're
ledge.
making our way over there, I'm going to take a glance at the stream.
One sec, Magus. I want to hear how CC even
Oh,
navigates this.
oh
I'm sorry, go
god,
ahead,
that,
Cece.
that could have gone in a completely different direction.
So, I think what she when her guide scrambles up these rocks super quick and everybody else just kind of hops and climbs. Cece has to take a second and she's kind of preoccupied rather than looking at the kobolds and identifying ages. Kind of programming herself a new little routine for her spiders. And she sends 2 up on each of the walls. And uses their cables anchored to the rear wheel of her wheelchair. Well, the rear wheels. So that she can turn the wheels and use them similar to a pulley
Oh, okay.
and raise herself up.
Cool.
Very nice.
Now, who had the highest nature/perception? I'll get to you in one
I
second,
had-
Magus.
I had 23. So I don't know if anyone rolled higher than that.
No, I
I
just
I
rolled a
don't
set
think I
of 7 on my
actually-
medicine.
I don't think I actually rolled on mine. You said nature or perception?
Yes.
Well, my nature is 0, so...
I mean, I rolled nature because I have the feet for it.
Ooh. 27.
You
Okay.
son of bitch.
You actually notice that there is a small part of the one of these little warren dens is curtained, and you see inside for a moment, and you see a fairly well occupied sick area. What appears to be something like a triage room. Etier continues on.
Are your friends also, oh, shoot, sorry, this way. Are your friends
Sorry.
also sick?
Oh, yeah. So yeah. But you might be able to help us a little bit, I hope. If you know a lot about things. Emu will like you. Don't worry. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Emu?
Emu.
I'm
So-
sorry.
Soba will pipe up and be like, I know medicine. I got it at College of Homeopathy.
Wait,
You went to college?
hold on.
Yes.
There's a bird in here. They-
I think it's
Honey.
Ima, not Emu.
Not anymore. No, come with.
While we were walking over, I'd like to make an observation on the stream and use that's odd to see if there's like something going on with the reservoir. Is the water going into the cave or coming out of it?
It is coming out of the cave, and it's just a fresh springs.
Alright, does the spring look like it's got some kind of particulates in it or anything like that, or anything?
I mean,
out of the ordinary?
I think I can probably analyze that for you. Let me check.
I'm more just taking a glance at it instead of like
Yeah.
derailing to
okay.
do the whole thing.
Okay.
I assume the grid lines are diegetic because they go up the waterfall.
Do I need to roll for this or no?
No, there's nothing terribly. It looks like spring water. It looks like natural spring water. Some of
But
it.
he did say it was oddly
from snow.
warm, though, right?
Yeah, some of it hot springs, some of it snow melt. Yeah. So, Etier brings you into. Let me scale this sized up. Around a corner,
Yes.
and does not break stride as they walk into a room that has. One second here. That has an enormous dragon. It is an iron dragon.
Oh my.
That's Emu. Mr. Emu! Someone here might be able to help you. I think they might be able to help you. Emu glances down at the party and sort of scoffs. And turns away and rests his head on the ground next to a fire. What do you do?
Would you like me to start first, folks, or do you want to do it?
I turn to Cece and say, "Do you think the dragon is protecting the bird, or?"
Perhaps dragon is bird.
Suspect that Emu might just be the name.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
oh.
it's the name. I'm pretty sure it's the name. Yes.
Yes.
Eh.
All right. Let's
What
Get-
brings you here?
I didn't hear that. Say that again.
What brings you here?
Your friend here has expressed that there might be an illness that you're dealing with at the moment. We were making our way over here to try and find some colleagues of ours, but your situation seems to be a little more imminent. I say in Draconic.
Oh, I believe I know of who you speak. Very well. Yes. They passed through here, and they went into the lands that have gotten dangerous. I don't know where they are now.
The lands that are dangerous now?
Yes. They used to be nice hunting grounds for us. Now, they're rife with a new creature that overhunts and cares not for the balance.
Which
Well, that's not
region
good.
would you say that that's gone to?
Can you repeat?
which region is that towards? The west, the north?
I think he's referring to one that.
So further into the mountains.
Past them.
I thought I was referring to like the field that we went through.
No, he's referring to the mountains far to the north. The field that we were referring to is like to the south, where those Kinku were.
There may be more than one field of vivisection.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Right.
We
What
found
is this?
we found a camp that appeared to be owned by a scientist that was dissecting some of the local flora and fauna for research, I assume.
You think a person did that?
Seems like a very generous assumption of what we saw.
Well, it was as he turns and says, well, it was organized alphabetically and rather structured for that. I can't really explain the vivisection,
But it had also organized all of the plants in order of height as well.
Mm-hmm.
Great Emu,
It is.
we have found that as well. We haven't bothered you with it since there was nothing to be done with it, but we found something of that nature as well this past week. I see. So,
Honestly, just thought was Druid with OCD.
He turns to Emu and says, Etiev says that you have been dealing with a bit of illness. Would you mind sharing a little bit with us? We might be able to help.
Yes. Yes. When did your illness start exactly?
200 years ago, I was
my.
once Imustratras the Mighty, Queen of the Skies and the fire breath of the region. But now, Imustratras rears up and spreads her wings out, nearly touching each wall of the cavern. This part of the cavern has an open ceiling, by the way. One of the wings is perfect. It is beautiful. It is sharp. It is angled. This is an iron dragon in full ancient glory. The lines of the wing are something that an artist would weep to behold. The other wing is rotted and rotting. There is a reddish tinge with some parts that are flowing into green.
So I have a quick question. Should we use the general term of like metallic dragons? Actually, hold on. Metallic dragons are the good ones, right?
Metallic
I mean,
are
by-
good, chromatics are evil, generally.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
By
Okay.
3.5 standards, yeah.
It's
Okay.
also in 5e as well.
No, I just had to double check for reference sake if we're going based off that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, part of the intent is that you don't know. I mean, like, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that is how it is in some other regions. But you are staring at an ancient iron dragon who is staring back at you.
So,
Yep.
ignoring the potential like fact that this dragon might be evil, Soba just sees like the wing and so it's like, oh, other mountain dweller and thing, and she's gonna like approach the wing like just very slowly
You
and
are,
just
I
try
see.
like have like just like little look at it because she is I like with her medicine score being functioning as high as it is, it might as well reflect in her character of her being like a medicine woman kind of thing.
There will be more than a little bit of glare from a Musatas, and Etier will actually pull you back a bit.
He'll try. He's like an eighth my size, but alright.
Alright, I will...
So Soba is going to like kind of like put her hands
Now,
up and be like,
You-
no, it's
you're
I
going to
just
put your
want to
hands
have
on
a
the
look. I
dragon?
am doctor. No, put her hands up.
Oh,
Like
okay.
as in like whoa, like don't shoot. I'd be like, no, it's okay. I am doctor of my tribe. It's fine. I just want to have a quick look. Maybe I can help ease it a little bit.
At the same time, I am going to open my mind to see if this 200-year disease is possibly caused by something not natural.
I will check my book also.
Yeah,
I'll
I
use an
can-
academia check to recall knowledge with the Draconomicon to see if
I-
it's like.
Can I make a medicine check while they're doing that? Just like,
So-
or is the dragon just not letting me have any look whatsoever?
Don't worry as much about dice at the moment. I will tell you right now that this is going to be more of a role-playing moment rather than
okay.
a rolling dice moment.
Oh,
And you will not be able to determine. I mean, well, actually, reading through the book might give you some thoughts, but the core of this moment is more about what
I'm
you
just
do, and
gonna
realistically,
say-
you will need to get fairly close to it to be able to actually inspect it to glean any truly valuable information.
I'm just gonna say by default, Flicker knows how to treat wounds and stuff like that, but he is no doctor. He might have glanced some medical books here and there, though.
yeah. Like I think Soba might actually be the best trained, which is kind of funny because her feat is essentially, yeah. No, you do not do actual medicine. You know, like basically it's natural medicine and stuff. Like it's literal homeopathy, except it works.
Yep. Cass, what was your role on occult?
Oh, did it actually roll? It didn't roll. Okay. That'll give me a 23.
It smells wrong.
Hmm.
And while everybody else was looking at things too, Cece had a thought and was looking at a more mundane possibility. This is a cavern with spring water and a flowing stream going through it. This is a high humidity area for sure. This is an iron dragon, and there is such a thing as iron bacteria, which forms in flowing water. So she's gonna see if, like, there's proper drainage and air circulation for this room and caverns. Because there is, like, the opening above. But especially in a rainy environment, being close to, like, tropical forests,
I
might
can
not actually be that good for her.
You think this thing is freaking rusting?
No, it might just be,
Could be.
iron bacteria.
I could help you examine it, probably.
It's like an orangey slime mold. At least in real life.
I do have alchemist tools.
Alchemist tools will require you to have a sampling of it, which is not something that is currently accessible to you.
Yeah, like
Well-
I'm still like trying to like get the dragon to let me have a look at it, and
I thought we were referring to, like, getting a sample of the water.
Oh. Yeah, there's nothing remarkable about the water, and you are
Okay.
but you are it is correct to say that this area is actually roll me Arcana.
Okay. I'm
CC
pretty good at
Both of you, but
Oh.
CC specifically.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those days, huh?
24.
It's 4 plus 12, 16.
The air is not terribly stagnant, but the magic here is. A slightly taller kobold comes up. Here. Yes.
A winged kobold. Don't see those every day.
No, but please be careful, especially you, as you are skilled like us. We call it the copper rot. It starts out red and festering, and then over time it turns to green, like like worn copper. It has taken many of us. The Imustotas looks away guiltily.
How recently has the kobolds been ailed with this?
Only the elderly are allowed to attend to it because it is a death sentence. But we do attend to it. Though our numbers grow lighter, and there is a new threat to the north that we cannot combat with our current numbers.
Have you considered that this might not be entirely natural?
Yes. I don't know what it is, but I do not believe it is natural.
Could it be a curse?
I'm not
Can I just
certain.
mention something that's really silly because it it ties into the thing that I was talking about? The iron bacteria that I was talking about, it's orangey. And then if it gets magnesium in it, it turns greenish.
Oh my
so
god.
it's just like, it just fits exactly on what you're talking about.
I mean, I'm just going to say that's intentional.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
assuming I'm assuming the dragon is just like straight up just like not letting me any closer because you haven't addressed it then.
No. You think it may swipe if you if you try to get closer without trying to do it first.
I'll wrestle a dragon. I can wrestle something a size larger than me. I don't give a shit.
This thing's like 4 sizes larger than you.
What size category is it?
This is ancient huge.
How many sizes bigger is that than a large creature? Because I count as a large creature. Because I know in D&D, huge is 1 size larger than large.
One second, I don't actually remember.
I think Pathfinder has roughly the same size categories.
Yeah, so so in D&D it goes tiny, small, medium, large, huge, gargantuan.
And
I
then
can wrestle a huge thing. I can wrestle a huge thing. 'cause I
There's
have
not an upper limit on
dragons.
gargantuan, though.
no.
Yeah.
This
That's
thing-
why.
No, it would be considered gargantuan. It is. Yeah.
So I would need Titan Wrestler as a feat. Bam, maybe next level. Like, that's the fun thing about like Giant Instinct Barbarian. I can literally wrestle anything.
No,
I do not
I'm just,
recommend it.
I'm just enjoying the idea that you're like, there's a big dragon over there that's very sick. I know what I want to do is I want to get it all over my body.
So
She doesn't have scales like I do, so she
Yeah.
might be fun.
Soba wants to help, but she's also dumb. like the way she's seeing this like giving a cat a pill, you know?
Yeah, just hold her down by the neck.
Yeah, just wrap the dragon in like a really big tarp and just bundle it like the fucking displacer beast.
I'm going to take this moment to not remind you that I have enlarge.
If you cast enlarge on me, I can wrestle this.
I am okay. So I think as being the only other scaled person in this room, other than the kobolds, of course, and knowing that dragons are pretty haughty, and I've dealt with nobles for most of my life. I think I'm gonna use some of that training to try and get myself into a place of examining it. Or try to give you the chance to examine it, cause don't like the idea that I can catch a nasty disease here. and I'm going to try and say the following in Draconic. Hold on, I'm gonna try and compose the words in my head. Almighty Emustalatas. I would beseech you to let my friend here. Your grandness, I would beseech to allow my friend to examine you. She only wishes to give you a look and to assist in bringing back your greatness. This is not a matter of. I'm certain someone of your longitude and magnificence would certainly not mind
Longitude?
longitude.
Yeah, longitude's a word.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard longitude, and I was like, were we on a
No.
globe?
I mean, technically that's also accurate.
Also
but
true,
longitude.
technically.
I mean,
Yeah.
we may be on a globe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Would allow my friend to assist you in recovery to your full magnificence once more. I'm sure 200 years of not being able to fly without harm is worth.
You don't understand, but the dragon does curl up and look away from Silva.
I'll take note of the phrase. See if I can't translate it later.
So yeah, I'm just
other
gonna assume
things
that
are-
isn't. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna assume that wasn't infernal.
A couple of things to note now that you've had a chance to, catch your breath at seeing what is, frankly, a sight that very few sentient creatures would ever behold. You have a few more moments now to breathe and look around. There are several kobolds going up to the top of the stream and drawing water. There are several blades and swords on the wall of enormous size. And Soba, going behind the dragon to see the putrescence of its fallen wing, also do see that there are several kobolds there who are scrubbing at it and scraping at it, and have been ever since Imustratas lied the wing back against the cave floor. Those kobolds are a little bit older, but not by that much.
Okay, so I guess one question I want to ask. The iron weapons on the wall. So I recognize this as an iron dragon, yes? Like I'm assuming that the information has just kind of been just passed around the party diegetically.
Sure. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So, assuming that Cece was musing out loud about the iron-eating bacteria, Soba's just gonna take a quick peek at the weapons and see if any of them are undergoing a similar degradation. Because I'm assuming Iron Dragon is literal here, because those don't exist in 5e, so I'm kind of at a loss on these as a character, as a player. Because
the swords on the wall.
Is it that?
Hmm?
Sorry. Sorry, go ahead. I interrupted you. Sorry.
That's fine. Well, the swords on the wall are enormous and steel, and a couple of them also do have some engravings on the blades.
Do they show any of the same degradation as the dragon, or are they just completely pristine?
They do not. They look pristine, uncared for. Some of them are a bit pitted, but not. Yeah.
Okay, so it's
Also,
not because the dragon is iron.
How do you mean?
That this is it's not. So it's not like. Oh, it's gonna sound stupid as I say it out loud. It's not the iron part of the iron dragon that's sick. It's the dragon part of the iron dragon that's sick. That's
That appears to be so. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, just following up Cece's idea. Sorry.
Real quick, that's odd moment for though.
Ooh.
You recognize actually, you know what? I'm gonna give you an opportunity to mull over what I just said and offer to make any checks that you'd like.
Oh, I have an idea, but Soba's not smart enough. Oh shit! Can I say it? Can I say it and like someone else like do the layup if they want?
You can always just like DM somebody quietly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it out loud. If anyone
Imagine you're sitting at a table, you can pass a note to somebody.
Yeah, but I'm lazy, so I'm just gonna say it out loud. There's inscriptions on these blades. What if one of them is cursed and the dragon sitting next to it for 200 years is slowly killing it? Because isn't the wing that's decaying on the same side as these swords?
The swords are all over this cavern. Yeah. What was that, Magus?
Could I take a look? Could I actually take a look at the sword?
Absolutely.
Man, I'm sick, but I got this sick ass hat though. The hat is made out of radioactive isotopes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna point this out right now. It's like, there's nothing you could do to convince me to take this cursed hat that has been made out of the foreskin of witches out of my domicile.
Yeah! Oh, I love that. I wish I still had Hulu. I love that show so much. Oh, God.
Which show? Which show?
What we do in the shadows. Oh, there's a new season. I never got to finish it because of fucking I lost access to Hulu.
There's a whole plot line where, like, one of the main characters gets his hands on this hat that is very much of the most cursed thing in his possession.
Nice.
And one of his rivals has been trying to steal this hat from him for hundreds of years, despite the fact that every time that he does it, like, horrible things befall him.
Oh,
the man
invented.
The thing,
though.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing, though, as well. Like, everyone knows this hat is cursed, except for except for Laszlo, the character who owns it, and he loves that hat. It's his favorite hat. But every time he gets hit with the curse, it's something that's just mildly inconveniencing, or he's too stupid for it to like actually affect him. But the moment the rival gets the hat, he gets hit by like 6 cars, or something like that.
Also,
yeah.
Anyway, let's.
I can after the game. I can get you access to that final season if you want.
Anyway,
I would.
Through means.
I'd like to use my academia roll to check the etchings on the sword.
That is a big sword.
So, but
are you okay with me doing that, or do I need a specific type of? Okay.
Yeah, can I help him to examine them? Maybe they're in infernal.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Oh my god. Never mind then.
And with the with my skill check, that would make this a 32.
Amazing.
Are we allowed to get natural 20s in this game?
That's actually a good question.
You recognize a word on the sword that had been bugging you for a long time, because it was one of the words on the sword in the knife point market that you couldn't translate, and now you're seeing it at the base of all of these swords as a maker's mark. You managed to put that together.
Oh.
Might I be? I'm going to sketch down the signature as he says, "These swords appear to have been all made by the same craftsman."
Yes, those are my work.
You created these swords?
Yes.
Ooh, what lovely craftsmanship.
Thank you. Now they sit here and rot just like me.
I'm going to look at the.
Someone ask him about the market. Someone ask her about the market.
I was about to. Give me a second.
Sorry.
As I look over the sword.
I'm excited. I'm sorry.
I'm going to examine to see if the sword has any signs of rusting.
Yes. Not much, but some. It's more pitting than rusting, as it tends to be the nature for older swords. But, yeah.
Could you do me a small
there's some signs
favor,
of it.
Imustalas? Imustaltas, could you flex your wing a little bit over closer to me?
My good one.
Unfortunately the bad one.
You may move over to it.
I move the sword. I pick up the sword and I present the sword side by side to the injured wing, and I want to see if the coloration is similar.
In that both appear to be made of some wrought of iron and steel, yes. Insofar as being any comparable to the copper wrought, no.
Well, the copper wrought for the kobolds perhaps might be different.
Also, picking up the sword is basically out of the question.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just.
But no, I get what you're going for, though.
Yeah.
This is not perfectly to scale.
Okay.
I've also had a question for a little bit, but the rot of the wing, does it have a particular smell? For the amount of, infection that we're dealing with would probably be pretty obvious in the room, I would think.
Yeah, it would permeate.
Yes. Now that you have seen the wing and have recognized it, you do smell it. What you had before thought was the acrid scent of the fires in the room is more, you recognize as more than that. There is a scent of not entirely of putrescence, but the scent of an old mine, if you will. The scent of dilapidation.
Sort of smell, or
slightly, yes. Cost to you, it's pure sulfur.
Yeah.
I feel like I would probably recognize any smell of sulfur. Me more than anyone else.
Yeah.
So remember that whole thing about iron slime mold? Cece's convinced at this point.
Rodelac
And
looks
she's
up.
gonna go and just quietly roll backwards out of the room and go get herself a bucket of water.
In the meantime, Rodelac stands up and looks over to Imustalas as he says, I thank you very much for giving us the information we need for our friends. I'd like to offer a proposition.
Yes.
I would like to, your current condition is very curious to me and may be integral to a greater mystery that we're investigating elsewhere. If we are able to find a treatment for your wing, or at the very least find some kind of answers to its origins, would you be willing to speak with me in regards of your craft and the swords you may have made for towns or people in the past?
Imushaltas looks around the room, then looks over at Savis, the dragon priest, and says, Kobolds, leave us. And the kobolds walk out of the room. You do not need to.
I'm just really quickly, because this is a pretty simple process that she's going about doing. Cece's taking some salt from her alchemy, her alchemy tools, mixing it in a bucket with some water from the spring water, and then using the power from one of her spiders to electrolyze it and make bleach. Like I said, she's convinced.
What is this anime? What is this anime you just made?
What?
There's an anime called Bleach.
Oh, I get it.
Oh,
Wow, that one bombed. That was my heart.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
my
no,
heart.
a little
It's
bit.
okay.
Nice try, buddy.
Listen. I have lived since the good king walked the earth. I have seen more things than anyone else, quite possibly ever. Do not worry about me. Protect my children. These creatures are kind and beautiful, but working on the copper rod is a death sentence, and they know it and choose it willingly. Our numbers are thinning. There are raids. I don't know how to protect them. There is pain. There is significant pain in Mustafa's voice.
Well, granted, oh, mighty Musta. So, if we solve the rot problem, we help your children.
I have worked on this problem for a long time. But you are welcome to try.
I may have good news.
I got a
This
nat.
is like,
Just
I-
rolling back
I-
in with
I got
looking
heat on you.
up.
I got a nat 20 on my medicine check. No,
Just
not,
now?
not.
Oh.
No. I was just kidding. Like she rolls in and she just goes, I got a nat 20 on my medicine check. You're healed.
So, especially if it's only affecting, like, scaled creatures, so it's only affecting kobolds. Well, kobolds, dragonborn, and dragons. It would mean that our infection that we're dealing with isn't like a soft tissue infection, it's something relating to the scales or the outer tissue. Which means that even if it's not the mold, the slime that, the bacteria that CZ thinks it is, the bleach may at least work as a temporary measure.
Very well. You may try.
So is already going through her bag, like thinking like all herbs and like other shit she can like mush together. She's breaking out like the amethyst.
Rodolak, was there something else that you had on deck?
I was, I was, but I mean, the idea was that I was going to be offering a means of, like, trying to find the origins of this or some kind of treatment.
Yeah, and that's what she responded with regarding the, protect my children, not me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, much of their well-being might be intrinsically tied to yours. I will try to find treatments for them as well. But if the answers do come to benefit you both, well then, who am I to deny one over the other?
As she
But
turns
if
her
there's-
body... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
But if there's anything that I should know going forward into this, it would be best to inform me so that any expedition that I might end up taking part in would be a little bit faster, considering that you've had about 200 years with this illness to
Yes. Washing it does
close
help.
up some misleads.
Washing it does help, though it is fiercely contagious. I do not know if it will spread to scales, to fur, but I know it spreads to scales, at least of my own kin. There are raiding parties, small creatures in the Northlands that have never been there before.
I could potentially make some protective gear for them. Isolating suit.
We might have more resources for this back in the town. This might be a thing that we make plans for.
Mm.
She does turn her body to let the wing lie in front of you, as she does so, you can see the muscles of the wing hinge flex painfully and do nothing as the wing is just dragged across the ground until it flops before you. Part of the wing does fall into the fire. It is she does not comment about that.
That's Well, I don't like that.
I'm sorry, I dipped out a little bit when you said that. What happened?
She's in a lot of pain.
Okay.
She is
She dropped her wing in the fire.
I mean, granted, given it's an iron dragon, it's
Yeah.
probably nothing.
Soba's gonna like just kick some dirt onto the fire just so she doesn't hurt herself.
Okay.
I'd come closer to examine it myself, but it's, you know.
So Soba just snuffs
That
the
would
fire.
be ill-advised.
Thankfully, we do have tools that can help for this exact situation without putting anyone at immediate risk. And cue the spiders.
Oh my god.
What are the spiders made out of?
They are also
Metal?
made with steel, primarily.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? There's a certain like Looney Tunes tune that comes to my mind whenever you mention that the spiders are out, and I'm not sure if I can replicate it, but it's like I
know the one you mean.
I think it's primarily used when Marvin the Martian is out.
Oh.
I'm gonna see if I can find it in a while.
Basically, she's going to have her spiders, do first a rub down of, like, cloth and bleach, and then a rub down shortly after of soap and water. Just so that we're not, like, leaving bleach on skin.
True.
Yeah. Probably better.
Because it should kill basically any kind of bacteria, which are usually the sources for a lot of infections.
Let me see here. Can someone toss me an Arcana roll?
I got it.
I'll do it. Oh, what is your Arcana?
My Arcana is currently at a +10.
Mine's +12.
Yep.
Well,
You
I'll
guys go
just
ahead.
fuck off over here in this corner then.
I was like, I'm going to specialize in Arcana, and I got a +7, so you guys just knock yourselves out.
Oh, it really is gonna be one of those days, huh? But at least it's steadily getting higher. But still,
Still
that
19.
should still be
Yeah, it's still
I think
19.
7 plus 12. Yes, it's still
Yeah.
19.
I got a 20.
Ooh.
Oh, so it really is gonna be one of those days, huh?
Yeah.
There
Seems
is.
like
It's fine. You're the one doing it. Go for it.
Yeah. There is another component to this beyond physical. That's fairly clear if it was not clear before. It does appear to be helping for what it's worth, but again, the kobolds have been scrubbing at it and doing not using bleach per se, but doing more or less what you have just done for, well, a couple hundred years. So there is absolutely some catharsis and some effect that seems to work.
no, this is some kind of curse.
Well, I have a thought relating to that from something I noticed a little while ago, but I'll be honest, I was quite convinced that there was a mundane element that you handled the lion's share of our troubles right now.
Yeah.
I don't
And
deny.
with this, I am curious. You are aware of the stagnation of magic in this cavern, correct?
No. I have never had much talent for magic. My craft is steel, and my fire is spark. Magic has never been my forte.
Well,
So we just
the
nod
bleach
sagely.
the bleach should be somewhat more effective than simply soap and water, as the kobolds have been helping you with, and it may be able to handle their own symptoms. At least any that are not seriously harmed yet so far, at least. But there is certainly a magical element of some sort at play.
I
The
would
question, of
describe
course, is exactly how to recirculate the magic through this cavern.
the magic here as less stagnant than almost fetid. There's something wrong.
Sova, what are you doing during this cleaning? As the spiders do their work?
Honestly, like she's kind of just going through her like she's got like a little pouch, so she just kind of puts herbs and stuff, and she's kind of like trying to like find something like if she finds like something that's like a painkiller, like a natural painkiller, she'd like start like grinding that into a paste and maybe like pass some of it to the spiders to try and help it along. But if this is just like a straight up curse, she can't do anything.
It's a little from column A, a little from column B.
Yeah, that doesn't need to be just one.
So I feel like I'm gonna try an occultism check. Particularly, I feel like I'm gonna try to tap into something that's a little bit stranger. But it's a kind of magic that I feel like Cece would probably still be a little bit more comfortable with than other kinds at this point. She's going to try and look at this through the eyes of, of course, not one, but like relating to geomantic ley lines, and to see if like maybe it's just something about the location that's not.
Unfortunately, you can't bring yourself to actively use magic again. It's been some time, and as you try to open up your senses to it, something inside of your head just rejects it. It's your past trauma rejects that from you.
I mean, keep forgetting that like artificers and they technically have spells, but they're like reflavored and such.
Yeah, there are spell-like abilities. Yeah.
So I keep thinking like, oh, I know magic.
I can tell you where your colleagues, friends, what is your relationship with the other travelers?
We
they
came
were-
from the same
Sorry.
We came from the same expedition. We traveled from the what we had called the Old World to come here. They were one of our scouting parties to get a better understanding of the world around us.
Ah, planar travelers. Welcome.
No,
No,
we
we
sailed
just come on boat.
on a
No
boat.
classical on a
Yes.
boat.
Oh,
Boat.
really?
He holds
Yes,
up
this
a...
place is
Yeah.
inaccessible otherwise.
Rodolak holds up his hand as he, as that had occurred to him, as something that had not occurred to him was just said, as he says, Inustalas, are you suggesting that the oceans beyond are in fact a different plane?
I had not considered there to be anything beyond there. I used to fly the oceans often, and I had never seen anything past them. When you said another world, well, that seemed like the more likely conclusion than that anything existed alongside the ocean. Tell me of your world. She lies down her head on her massive hands and just lets her body relax a bit.
Rodolak is going to quietly take a couple of steps and take a seat on a rather lumpy rock that could be mistaken for a chair. And he clears his throat and pulls out a small book. That is the Department of Happenstance National Gazette, which is a tiny pamphlet of tourism and tourism spots that every
Perfect.
agent of the Department of Happenstance usually has handed to them as they're making their way into the building. It's usually one of those things that are like a bunch of tourist traps and nonsense things that talks about how cool it is to be in the area around them, but it's usually like stuff that they give to like kids.
Mm-hmm.
And he narrates it as if it is a tome of wisdom. Do I need to make a performance roll or a academia roll or a diplomacy roll or?
No need for a roll. That's
What?
perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're just reading from a pamphlet, man.
Yeah, peace and tranquility, for the first time, appear in place of the sharp pits of Imustaltas' face.
So,
I like to think that like when you get to like Flicker's home, he just like waves excitedly at and then points to himself.
So this whole time, like while people were talking, so it was like kind of like she's finished like mixing up like the topical anesthesia herbs and all, then hand them to the spiders, and she'll flick the dragon and be like, "You make all these swords? Did you make the sword down at the market?"
Market. I made all
There
these
is big sword.
Yes.
There is very big sword driven into ground back where we landed. It has inscription on it, and she kind of turns to Rodolak, just kind of like, 'cause she kind of forgot what's on it. Did you put there?
I did have the etchings written down, yes, but I was planning on discussing this with Emu after we had helped deal with their ailment a little bit.
Okay, but like if they die first, we'll get no answer. So
I think they've managed fine for 200 years.
Yeah, I was
yeah,
gonna say.
so let's just wring this dragon out like an info sponge, and then deal with the issue.
Out of character, you did play that up like I was about to be reading off their last request, and if that had happened, I just imagine Rodolak would be like, "Oh God, I was so boring, I killed them."
I'm gonna be honest, that would be really funny.
Yeah.
No, I actually.
I misread the situation entirely. Good Lord.
No, I actually was thinking about having her fall asleep as we finally being comforted, but no, we
Yeah,
can, that's where I was gonna go.
I'd say like for the sake of like the
Yeah.
the pacing on this one, we could definitely come back and ask about it because like I don't want to get us derailed too hard on like uncovering all the mysteries all at once while we still have like the first one we're trying to fix because we tend to be a little bit scatterbrained about that kind of thing.
I mean, look, if hey, like maybe once I get a couple levels, I can pick up one of these swords. Just saying, like, and if we know what they can do, like literally, like I have a feat coming up that makes me count as one size larger, and it interacts with my rage, which allows me to pick up an item one size larger than me, meaning I can use weapons made for huge creatures.
If you protect
So are you
my
planning
children.
on grabbing the sword in town?
Oh
Here's
no,
the
the sword
thing.
in town is several stories tall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
lifting that one up anytime soon.
Here's the thing. Depending on how far along we get, like in the level up track, I might be able to use weapons intended for gargantuan creatures.
Actually, yeah, you're Path of the Giant, right? So yeah, that's
Yes.
probably possible.
Like, literally, like, 2 more levels and I can use weapons for huge creatures. I think, like, 4 more levels after that, I can use gargantuan weapons.
In any case, I think we've helped the dragon get to sleep.
Aw.
At least I assume.
Mm-hmm. Savis comes over and tugs on Cece's shirt.
Yes?
Could you... They sort of gesture at the spiders. Come with me?
Yeah, of course.
Is it specifically to her? I'm assuming it's her.
Anyone can come, but yes, that was
Oh, yeah,
directed at...
Yeah, I go with.
Yeah, I'll probably come with her.
Savis
Oh.
pulls back the curtain above what you is now very clearly a hospital, and you can see various kobolds in various stages of copper rot. Could
Oh no.
you help them too?
I'll do what I can.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Say, I must ask, do you get it primarily from your dragon? From Emu?
Yes.
Or so they do not spread from other kobolds?
I don't know. We quarantine ourselves as soon as someone contracts it. They move in here, and
Damn.
someone will take their place if we have anyone.
I see.
I seem to be... I don't know. It's difficult. But you really did comfort Musteltas, and I thank you for that.
We're going to be
This-
making our way towards... Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, that's fine. Though,
Should I...
Hmm?
Go ahead, you first.
though, I don't know if it helps, but this one seems not to have contracted it yet. But all the rest have, and it is only a matter of time. I think we'll be okay, as long as we can keep Musteltas well, and anyone who hits the age of 10 begins to work on the wound. We've been doing this for many lifetimes.
Well, once we get back to town, I might be able to fashion something that might protect you if it's a actual disease. And if you still keep getting sick, then it's definitely a curse. At least that would be the positive thing to get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
He just Rodolak like slowly turns his head over towards him. As if like that is like the worst way to say that.
Mm-hmm.
And he would say it exactly like that if I've read this character correctly that I've so far he did point a gun at you, in excitement, but not at one point.
Yeah.
In any case, Rodolak turns over towards I believe it was the to Savis, I believe is the one that's talking, or is it Ethia? Is it Ethia or Savis? Okay, Savis is the one
Savis.
talking?
Mm-hmm.
Savis, okay. So Rodolak turns to Savis and says, "We're planning on making our way north to investigate the other creatures on the ground and see if we can't try and find some kind of origins to this disease. Seeing as that very few of us have scales, we might have more of a chance at finding some success with this."
We can send, well... Yes. We can make sure that you can get through the mountains. That much will be glad to do.
I'm going to produce a piece of parchment and sketch out a little bit of the map based on what I recalled from the map room, or the map gazebo.
Yes, the cartography stone.
The cartography stone, yeah. And
Yes.
see if they can't draw out a little bit more for us so that we have a little bit more of a direction to go of where they might have gone, because that's where Imustalas had told it, where they had gone.
I might be misremembering the name, but it was Maria was the cleric, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
The mousekin.
Hmm.
They prefer mousekin over ratful. So, you will receive a map. It'll take a good 10-15 minutes, but Savis brings it over to one of the younger ones, and you receive a well-detailed map. What would it be? I think actually for map comprehension we might actually go with history. I think, unless you have a better option for that.
In terms of the map thing, or just because I've got academia lore, and I can also do my level in lore checks if that counts as history.
Yeah. Okay.
Which would you prefer, lore academia, or just like a basic lore check?
Either one works.
Excuse me, what is this for? Sorry.
I'll pick academia.
Inspecting the map.
For reading a map, yeah.
I think
22.
Alan,
Okay. This is for a specific thing. Yeah, this is for a specific thing.
okay.
There are the map is extremely well detailed. It's simple in its notation, but it was definitely done by the hand of somebody who knows cartography, who knows how to make maps. And in the northern sections, just past the mountains, you see a square-shaped mountain with a little depiction of what you are able to cipher out appears to be a goblin. It's not named, as they don't have a name for these creatures, but this is what they're scared of.
Happiness.
Gamos.
You are scared of goblin?
Is that what these are? We don't really have a name for them. We've never seen them before. They're very mean.
Yes, many of them have been coming from the New World. Well, the Old World, rather, to us, but New World to you.
We've encountered some. We've encountered some already on the high seas.
You have? Oh, I'm glad you're safe. We
Wait,
have been fine for
We
many
brought you with us.
generations. They will ignore that part. We have been fine for many generations, but
All right.
we don't have the numbers to actually go to war. We simply have been scavenging and hunting the lands, but they don't care about the lands. They don't care about how many creatures that they take for meat. And, well, because of our service to Emustaltas, there's not enough of us to fight them. I would love to. I wish we could.
All right. Well, we've got enough information to probably start pursuing this. Would you mind if we took a sample of your ailment from one of your clansmates?
Certainly. Go ahead.
I look over and tentatively glance at my 5 medicine and look over to Soba. Like, could you grab a sample for me?
She rolls her eyes and go like her hand like she's wrapped her hands in like a seaweed, like an antibacterial seaweed in lieu of like nitrile gloves. Like just like full quack shit, and she goes to get that sample. Do I need to make a roll, or is this like a?
No, you don't need
Or is
to
like
roll
a
for it.
plus? All right. I mean, it's
I
a
don't
plus 8, so it's pretty.
Honestly, at a +8, I'm just going to take that to mean that you have enough skill not to harm them in the process.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's- she
actually,
just-
I guess I should ask the following question. So I must ask, after being close to the dragon for cleaning, how long does it take for the rot to manifest?
It varies from person to person. Usually within a month. Some have lasted longer, some shorter. So we here actually never contracted it, so we just have her tend to the kobolds in here now.
I see.
She has a softer
might-
nature.
It might take a while to get results of the suit, but well, I guess we'll see.
Thank you. You seem like good people. I didn't know there were good people out in the world. We haven't been able to go out. Tell me, what is out there now?
Well, there's a new set. Well, in relation to you. Well, in relation to you, there's a settlement now.
A settlement?
One that isn't the Ghibli one. Yes, the colony, that's on the shore. If you don't count the Ghibli one, which I assume you might have known about.
The Ghibli one?
What is the name of the
The
frog
Gripply.
people?
Ripley.
Gripply.
Yeah, them too.
Gripply.
Uh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Studio Gripply.
love it. I'm into it.
oh, great.
Have
Uh,
a new settlement to the south? Have the Kenku actually pushed that far?
No, it's not This is a mixed
us.
race. So,
Is us.
That's
Is
what-
us doing.
Mixed race, definitely not the Kenku then. Well, welcome, I suppose. Is everyone there as kind as you?
That remains to be seen, but we're working on it.
There is like 1 or 2 people that are dicks, but like generally everyone is okay.
That is often the way of it,
statistically
isn't
speaking,
it?
statistically speaking, yes.
Like 97%.
That being said, question. Does your clan have any scouting parties out in the north right now?
We have several, actually. We've been
Do you
trying
mind-
to track the movement of those goblin, you said? We've been trying to track their movements so that we can hunt more safely.
Do you have anything that would indicate, in your possession, that could indicate that we are your friends in case we run into them? Like a sigil or a marking or a gesture that they know that represents friends.
Yes. Harakatarata.
Alright. What does that mean?
It means
Sorry.
it means friend, roughly, but it means you are not a danger. It means that you are approaching with the intent of not being a threat.
Alright. Thank you very much. All right then. I guess that's everything here. We should probably get going.
Very well. Thank you again. Oh, and Cece, you did did you send the spiders to?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. I think she'll also make like a barrel of bleach before we leave.
That would, yeah. Sui would take that. Sui has been sort of watching you ever since you came in here. You get the impression of someone who is very, very how to phrase. Very interested in helping.
Oh,
Thank you.
no trouble at all. I wish that I could help more than this, but we only have so much time that we can linger.
I understand. I understand.
Let me.
Thank you for helping most of us.
Of course.
I'm glad to be able to.
Well, wouldn't be much of a Dragon Knight if I didn't. Well, Dragon Knight training if I didn't try. Trying to think if there's something I can make temporarily. Because I doubt that. I'm pretty sure that if it's a disease, it's more of a contact disease than
Yeah, it makes sense.
one that spreads through the air.
Real quick,
I'm like-
Koss, are you here?
Bill's not in the Discord right now.
Oh no. Did
He's
he like
been,
lose
like-
internet or something?
Yeah, it was a little while ago that they were
Yeah.
saying they had troubles. I just put it on
Unable to
di-
hear
Yeah,
or
I'm still
speak.
here, but I cannot hear or speak.
That was quite a while ago, though.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah. I was just wondering if they... As before the ping was fine, but I just noticed it spiked to 999, so it's like, uh-oh, things seem to have gotten worse.
It's been sitting there for quite a while for me.
Ah,
At
fair on then.
999.
I will be back in just a moment as you consider the situation here. One moment.
Hmm.
I guess I could also use this as an opportunity to share this. I found like the exact kind of musical tone that I imagined for the spiders. Here, let me post it.
I can't listen
It,
to
go,
it,
it goes to the part.
unfortunately.
It goes. Pretty much the music up until he enters until it goes to the next clip.
I can't listen to it because I'm on stream, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fair. You can see it later.
Mhm.
And also, I have to share this, but because I have to keep it in so I don't derail. This really cute croissant dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Croissant dragon.
It is
They're very
adorable.
cute. I've seen that one a few times.
So cute. I want to eat him. But that's primarily because I'm hungry right now.
Wah, I'm back.
So cute. So cute. I can't stop.
However?
Hey, Jade.
This is Jade.
How long are we going for? I'm just curious.
That's what I was going to ask, because we seem to have mostly wrapped up this part, and there is more, certainly a lot more than I have, available, but I don't know how far people want to go, especially, and also with Koss,
With
With one
Koss
player.
gone, do we want to like?
yeah.
I wouldn't mind. I'm not doing great spine-wise.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm fine. I'm fine if we stop here as well. Like, but I could go for more if
Yeah,
everyone's
with,
fine.
with you having issues, we're already, we're currently 2 hours in, and with some, spinal exploding, then I think this does sound like a good place to call. Though I would like to, stay and chat with you guys for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Though if you need to head out, feel free. But we won't do any more plot right now.
All right.
Yeah, I can hang out. It's just
Well, I guess I might as well use this opportunity and like just send you the link to the place. Quick question, Liv, do you have like I assume you have like an ad blocker of some sort?
yeah.
Like you
Why? Oh right, yeah. I do.
So, would you like to see the GD? Is it okay if I show off the version that you made?
Yeah,
of
sure,
Lionfell?
sure. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did the derp. I forgot about that. We were gonna do that thing.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of objects.
I'm sorry.
Oh
what?
yeah. Oh, we have something fun to
The
show
town
before
map.
we connect.
Oh, I'm
Town
sorry.
map
Give
is-
me a second. I'll reconnect then.
What do you think of this? Well, of this part of the story.
I mean, I'm into it.
I'm into it. Too. I'm always down with kobold interaction.
I was particularly entertained that, like, every step of the way. It's not necessarily the iron bacteria, but it hits every single note of what it would look like.
Oh boy.
The map do be big though.
I'm still loading it.
Yeah,
it'll take a few moments.
Everything was white.
And you've been really going out of your way building this.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, to be fair, ever since our first campaign, have you ever known me not to do?
Yeah, I've always gotten the impression that you don't do things in
beautiful.
half measures.
For some reason, that first road still just does not want to load, though.
Same for me.
Yeah, I don't know why. But I did tell her to, like, when we actually, by the time we get back, for her to replace with one of her textures. I don't know why it's like that. It's just
we
texture.
have the beautiful docks down here actually look like they would properly function as docks. I don't have the hyacinth in here simply because, well, spoiler alert, it's not going to be in port when you get back to town. So, but the hyacinth would actually be able to dock here successfully. The smaller scale of everything here really works for selling this as a town that is still in construction and is still being built.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like-
do.
I love
Is
the
it-
wind coming off the trees, by the way.
Yeah, that was accidental. those trees just have like that as a feature, but hey, it's
Looks fantastic.
there you go.
It works. It works.
I
Hey,
love
welcome
Granny
back.
Biscuit's cottage. I love that.
Yeah, right over here we have, like, what I like is that these are all very reasonable things. You can see that the church over here is still under construction with the scaffolding, and I think that's a really nice touch. And, yeah, the scope of it, not just the scale, but the scope of the town feels lived in, right? It's no longer a JRPG town, but this is now a actual location. The fresh water here, the drinking water here, looks stunning. And you actually have a training here.
I'm available. Game developers, I'm available.
And you actually have a proper training yard for the Adventurers Hall.
Yeah, over here. Oh no, wait.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I keep
up there as
doing
well.
this is the adventure. Oh, this is the expedition area. Right.
I'm still very glad that we made Lionfell the way we did, because a big part of making that town yours was having you create the parts of it, right? And this would be well out of scope for that.
Yeah, this is just like a refinement.
Yeah, pretty much. Everything is still in the rough areas that it's supposed to be in. I did like how, although I wish I had some more direct control over how the tavern here looked, which, since I don't think we ever, like, really came up with the name of the tavern, it's the Turtle's Nest. Turtle's Nest, sorry. However, I'm willing to change that if you guys are
No, you're
not
fine,
down
man.
with it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's very
That
cool.
was all great.
But yeah, I went. The only thing that I am obsessively mad about is the fact that I couldn't color or like give a better like more textures to the ground, which kind of makes it feel a little bit more flat, and it constantly has driven me to the point of like, it feels like I should be adding stuff here when really like the only thing that it's really missing is like a bit more texture to indicate like foot traffic and like more variety rather than like the flatness of everything. So I tried compensating by just adding a lot of bush and ferns, etc. Like it's the mixture of jungle and all the other areas. Yeah.
Can I say I adore the scale of the Knife Point Market now? Like
Actually having stuff that's like at a reasonable person scale makes you appreciate the sword size.
Yeah, that is gorgeous. And the ancient building here actually looks out of place, and it's supposed to. Like, this building here looks completely out of place, and like, what the heck is this doing here? And that's correct, right? This is, a progenitor building by canon, and it looks properly like like it is.
Right now I'm just like thinking to myself, should probably add some foliage hanging off of it, but at the same time they probably would have cleared it for operation. So yeah,
It would make sense.
the only luxurious place in the whole place is arguably the mayor's house, and I do like the fact that when I was presenting it to her, Jade pointed out it's like the main big luxury, aside from like maybe the size of the house, is just the fact that it's got a private well and a small, nice garden, but nothing like that's too like fancy because it's still like a colony town. It's like 200 people here. You're not gonna have like a big fancy garden there. You don't have like the manpower or resources yet, but it's still a big luxury to like just have that like private well right there.
Yeah. The only other separate well other than the main drinking area is for the crops.
Yeah.
Which would make sense, right?
Honestly, looking back on it, I should probably place like at least one. Well, actually, no. They probably drink out of. I think this is a drink.
Yes. This is
Yeah.
very,
That's probably
very
where
fresh
the
clean water.
that's
I mean,
probably where the
if it-
restaurant.
I mean, if it rains here often enough, they probably each building probably has a rain collector.
Yeah, that's probably the most logical thing.
And the rain's not acid.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it was acid, you can filter that shit. But fair enough.
And there's arguably probably another well like in this direction where the more of the fields are, I'd say.
Yeah.
Well,
Also, I love
or
these
it's just
posts. Sorry. I was gonna say, I love these posts because the Knife Point Market, it tells the time, and actually having posts here that mark the hours is just brilliant, That's just correct.
Honestly, I am just going to take credit on saying like, that was totally intentional. I did not just put them there because.
That's the same with the It's the same as with the slime mold. It's absolutely like Jade definitely researched that, and
100%.
you thought of this.
Exactly.
Granny Biscuits is over here chilling.
I also just realized I should probably put some like tree stumps around here to indicate like they used that for the mayor's house probably. But yeah, like if anyone's got any other like things that they like, I'd love to hear it because I am one of those people.
I love the detailing at the administrative office.
Yeah, it feels like one of those. Oh, it's the New World colony. They want the administrative office to be like the most important looking place there.
It's simultaneously ostentatious and fitting, right? Like on
oh
one
yeah,
hand,
also the local wizard does technically live there, so it probably would add that. I also added a little telescope on the place. Because that feels like something they would have.
100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's also good for overseeing of like various places of like the fields and whatnot.
Also,
For the mayor, so-
bees!
Oh yes. You know what this place needs? More bees for all that useful wax.
What's this?
Well, how could you
A-
have a town
a
without an
wonderful-
apiary?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What's? How can you have a town without an
I said,
apiary?
how could you have a? Mhm.
What's an? I'm sorry. What's an apiary?
You had it. You were right
It-
there with it.
The bees.
That's what bees are.
Bee
Oh.
farm.
Yeah.
What's this? A wholesome RPG town, totally devoid of bees? My apiary full of bees
Unacceptable.
should remedy this.
Oh, fucking lord!
Yeah, I don't know exactly it just felt to me like, you know, I feel like in medieval times like bee farm and apiary would be like an important place because just
It
for
would.
the wax production, but just for the wax.
Oh yeah.
production.
And for the sweetening. Like, that's,
I mean,
you know.
Yeah.
I
It was
honestly
also a,
Antiseptic.
at the time is also an antiseptic.
Oh really?
Plus, also, it's
It
the
can
only...
be made into alcohol, so you can have it for a drink. You can
Also
have it
mead.
for food. You can have it for medicine.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
boosts the productivity of your other crops. It's just
And it's one of the only
there's
real...
no reason not to.
It's one of the
I-
only real sources of sweetness that you can reliably...
Oh yeah,
that you
like
cook-
it's
that you-
Yeah.
that you can reliably cook with. Like, you can cook with berries, but it is not the same, right? This is going to cook better than most berries.
So fun fact, actually, when it comes to honey, humans for some reason we are just built to just seek out sweetness, which is why sugar is the worst thing to happen to us as a species. Because
Oh, yeah.
when we just had honey, it's like, okay, you can only have so much honey because honey fills you up. It's got
It's a
nutrition
treat.
and all that. Yeah, sugar, however, you can just keep going, and as a result, so you know what a sugar bowl's original purpose was? You would get some sugar on your finger and you'd rub it into your teeth. That's the original purpose of a sugar bowl. Because that gets it into your bloodstream quicker than just eating sugar.
Yep, and just
Or
so you only use a
or
tiny
eating.
amount.
Yeah.
I
and
never knew.
It's a lot more sugar than honey. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I just never knew these facts.
Yeah, it's actually where the stereotype of British people having bad teeth comes from.
Interesting.
You can also use maple syrup though for
Yeah.
cooking.
If you're Canadian.
Maple syrup is just tree
I
honey.
have terrible news about
Pretty
spring.
much.
Uh,
What?
but yeah, I tried to also
Nothing to
one
be going for
detail,
that. It's just a joke.
one detail I tried is I tried to vary up what certain places like make or what their purpose might be. Like this one is like is meant to be a carpenter. If you look at the small details on the outside, like it might not be very clear, but it is.
Sawhorse.
The what?
The sawhorse?
Oh yeah, the sawhorse. Yeah. This one is the tanner / skinner. Like at the edge of town, where it makes sense, where they would
Yep.
bring them in. This guy is meant to be like a mixture of. I think one of these here is a Fletcher. Yeah, this one here is a Fletcher. That one's a. Fuck, what's the name of the the one that makes the cloth? The one the tailor, I guess. Because that's
Seamstress, Taylor.
the weaver. Yes, thank you.
Clothier.
The weaver.
Weaver,
They've
yeah.
got the loom.
Yeah, I tried to.
The spinning wheel.
I tried to give them like each like. I mean, there's obviously enough here where it's like it's up to interpretation, but some clearly have like some level of specialization that might spark the imagination as to like what's going on. Like,
Speaking
So
of
it's like very-
looms, who wants to know a fun fact?
Go ahead.
always.
I do.
So, you've heard the term Luddite as someone who doesn't like technology, right?
Oh, I
Yeah.
think I know. I think I might know what this might be going about, but let's see.
Go for it, GD. Tell us.
Luddites are surprisingly not as anti-technology as you'd think. It's just that we've been told to perceive them as such because that's what the propaganda was about.
Exactly. The Luddites' actual concern was that they were not being compensated more for creating more products by using a loom. So they were making more products but not getting paid more. That was the complaint of the Luddites. It was an economic complaint, not a I hate technology and I'm afraid of it complaint. It was, this is making you more money, why isn't it making us more money? Why is this only going to the owner?
I was very shocked for that.
It was a complaint about automation.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was a complaint about automation, which I find very interesting given, SAG-AFTRA. Just saying.
Yep.
Yeah, I just...
We all got
It's-
opinions here.
Yeah, it's... I think pretty much everyone in this chat right now... well, when I say chat, I mean the voice chat, not can't say it for the actual chatters. But I'm pretty sure most hearing someone immediately leave always gets to me after we talk something like this.
No,
but yeah,
that
pretty
was
much,
Bill.
but yeah, I think we can
Issues.
all agree, like, treat your workers fairly, please.
Yeah, there's the hot take for the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was very
this place
surprised when I learned that, and that pretty much like really changed my that's one of those facts that I learned that like made me go wow. Actually, I learned something that's kind of adjacent to that, which is about. I think I might have talked about this previously in this game, but it's the fact that it's like, oh, the reason like we don't hear about successful peasant rebellions because they happened often, and they were, chances are, mostly successful usually.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't hear about it because guess who had access to the guys that write it down?
Yep,
The
exactly.
rich people. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
I love
It-
Immortal
it-
Tasks. Sorry, go ahead.
it,
I'll let you
it,
finish
it
that.
really does. It really doesn't annoy me how much we weren't engaged in this kind of like think about this in terms of history when
Yeah.
learning history.
Yeah. In any case, I should probably get going.
All right.
I got some
Okey-doke.
sound work I
Okay.
want to take care of, among other things. But Jade, in the near future, let me know when you're available, because I would like to show you something.
I would love to see a thing.
Ooh.
I also want to work with you on the real thing that we had discussed a long time ago.
Yes. Just give me a good
I
time
will-
for it.
Okay, yeah, right before things start up with these other projects, right? Awesome. Well, I will be in touch with you. You are awesome, and thank you for joining.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining.
See you guys later.
Cheers.
See you.
But yeah,
I really like Immortal Tasks. Immortal Tasks.
what does that mean? Sorry, I don't think I. heard it
Immortal
before.
Tasks, the dragon you dealt with all day.
What? Wait, can you repeat that? I think.
Immortal Tasks.
That's the dragon's name.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, sorry. I it's just like you said it immediately after like the peasant rebellion thing, and I thought that was
yeah, sorry.
like Latin for something.
Ah,
I was-
yes,
I
the
was
Immortal
weak.
Tasks Rebellion.
I like Immortal Tasks because it shines. It's a beacon for compassion, right? Like it's encouraging. It's a question of compassionate acts, but it's also a dragon with that is with depression. Basically, it's a dragon who do be sad. And
Aw.
and I love that as a character because it's something you don't really think about. You think of the dragons as being these almighty, all-powerful creatures, and it's like here is one who is genuinely afraid, not for their own life, but for the lives of their followers.
I always think people don't like. I'm the kind of person that whenever I'm presented with like a character archetype, like let's take for example in Warhammer the Space Marines, I don't think of
Space
them like
Marines.
okay, yeah, my first thought about them isn't never like, well, mostly because it's like the first thought is obvious. It's like, oh, they can fucking kill me without even exerting a bit of effort. But that's the easy thing. What I like to think about is like, what do they do in their off time? Like, especially in a more especially in more extreme cases, like say, the Chaos Space Marines. Like, listen, I know you guys like fucking killing. Like, that's like the first thing. Like, come on. Like, are you really that basic? Like, tell me what you like to do when you're not killing.
Yeah, what else you got going on?
Well, I mean, that's so.
Or
so
torturing.
that's why
Like you're forbidden to tell me that you're doing an awful thing. Tell me what you're doing that actively makes you happy. Like, you rebelled against the Emperor for the sake of, like, because he lied to you. Like, now tell me, like, what you're doing with your freedom that's not just killing. Please. Have a personality.
So that's why I like the Noise Marines.
Yes, actually.
Because they do have a thing they do when they're not killing. They have a sick ass band.
Yeah, that's the thing. They were the first. The Slaneshi ones, the Slaneshi aligned ones, are easily the ones that have the most potential to actually be just indulging in something that isn't just regular killing or torture.
Yeah.
Like, they actually have something that they like to do in their off time, and that's. I mean, obviously they're gonna overindulge, and in some cases it's definitely gonna kill them. But it's at least an activity that isn't intended to kill someone right off the bat.
Jade, can you promote me again? Because I think I fixed it.
Hype.
Okay, please work. Please work.
Also,
Yo!
there we go.
Okay, I had to load it in single player first.
Oh, and then save it as an object. I see.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ooh.
Soba!
Oh, you got a token.
Yeah!
Looks fantastic.
I should have replaced the ham with the pickle, but too late now.
You just had to give her food. Now I'm hungry, but now I'm even more so.
I mean, okay, like Soba's got like 3 things that she enjoys: fighting, eating, and doing medicine.
And I really like
sometimes at the same time.
I like what Soba adds to the party, especially in the consideration of, let's be honest, this party, everyone involved in it, genuinely seems to prefer the investigation and the role-playing and the learning about the world more than combat, which I'm 1000% here for.
I'm gonna be honest, it's like whenever I hear about like hobo murder parties, it's like, man, you must be the most boring people ever, unless you elected, unless this isn't your first rodeo and you elected to actually try actively being the murder party.
I agree with an asterisk.
Yes.
I enjoy characters who they're geared up to fight, but fighting is not the end-all be-all, and that's what kind of was Soba. That's kind of my challenge here, in that Soba's main thing is that she is strong. And in a social situation, she has to leverage that strength to be useful. But also, she's kind of the team doctor, which is funny because she can't read.
It's actually funny. I have
Reading's overrated.
Yeah, I have a character that is kind of geared towards fighting, but he is a banana. He's my big banana boy. He is literally he is like literally like. He's called Goji, so that should already give you a hint.
Yeah.
Like, he is literally a constantly large, like we're talking like around 14 feet tall, magically, not cursed, but he is magically afflicted, so he's constant like, he's a big boy.
I guess my caveat... Sorry, go ahead,
He's pretty much just Obelix. He's pretty much Obelix. He's based on a character. He talks softly like this. Oh, can I get some extra food, please? Like, and he's very gentle most of the time. And he comes from a village of like essentially people that fight stuff that's bigger than them. They are monster
Yeah.
hunters and fighters. But he's just kind of, how should I say, very somber as a character. Like,
Yeah.
when you hit him, like, oh, you hit me. I don't like being hit.
Yeah. I
And
think
then-
my favorite. Oh, sorry. I thought you were done. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm almost done. Like, he's just gonna be. He does like wrestling and he does like food. I also give him the trait of like, of Everil, where he's like a little bit dim-witted. From the Daltons, if you know that particular Belgian comic reference.
Vaguely, but like.
It's from.
That's my favorite Belgian comic.
It's from Lucky Luke. He's like the biggest brother of the Daltons. And he is very dim-witted, but even though he's supposed to be part of a criminal gang and kind of crude, he's actually like just generally speaking really nice. But at one point I did have Goji just simply because of how large he is. I think it's completely possible that he can do this, and you give him like a wooden bowl, he can eat the bowl just because he likes to eat. And it's also really funny to imagine.
Yeah.
I
I definitely think. Shit, you go first. Sorry.
Sorry, I've been trying to sit on this for a little while now.
Yeah. Go.
I was just gonna say that for me, the caveat to the murder hobos is systems that have such a fun combat system that you are just actively look forward to it. And D&D, outside of 4th edition, is very rarely that. But if you're playing, a game that has a really nice, fun combat system where the combat itself is very engaging and dynamic and active, I still wouldn't want to be a motor hobo, but I understand it. But in 5th edition and Pathfinder, I feel less inclined towards that, I guess.
Jade, I have a question.
This is Jade.
When you play 5th edition or Pathfinder, assuming you ever, get to not be a DM, do you play casters or do you play marshals?
Marshals. Usually hybrids.
That
actually.
explains so much. Oh my god.
No. It does not, and I'll explain why. It's because I get to have more fun describing my actions as a martial class. Because if I cast a spell, the fireball goes off and makes a big boom. Whereas I can draw my sword, jump on the chandelier, do a backflip, and land behind the mayor before shoving my knife between his ribs. I have more creative control in my descriptions for melee classes than I do for casters. I know casters get to do more things. They get to have more interesting things that they can do, but I
feel the
don't
complete
have.
opposite.
I don't have
my
as
character.
fun, as fun describing it.
I have a very crazy dwarf character.
I had to think. Yeah,
No,
I was gonna say
go
like.
ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say real quick, like mine is the opposite because like I can only say, oh, I swing my sword so many times, and if I get like into like the manuals, no one knows what the fuck I'm talking about. But then if I'm playing a wizard or some other spellcaster, I have so much more fun describing like the unique way. So like the spell's effect is the same, but like so is the effect of it. But like a fireball, I can be like one of my characters. They have a book that talks for them. And so, like, for them, it's like literally they can tear a page out of a book. Or there was one time where they tore the page out of the book, they scrunched it up into a paper ball, and they just, like, basketball tossed it. Like, like you can flavor spells in infinite more, like, ways,
I'm gonna give you a
like,
link.
for me.
I'm gonna give
Yeah, I
you a
agree
link to
with
my
that.
one-shot where I played a psionic warrior, a psi fighter.
Yeah.
Because I think that I would like I'm not gonna be like, oh, watch my stuff, but I would like your opinion on how I played that character, especially during combat.
Yeah, I will watch it, but, like, at the same time, like...
Chive was a lot of fun.
Yeah, at the same time, Jade, like, next...
You're not
if
gonna be
Soba
like, you should watch my streams.
If Soba dies,
Like the video.
or we wind up... if Soba dies, or we wind up switching, or we wind up doing something else in the future, I'm gonna play a caster, and when we get into combat, I'll show you what I mean. Like, just remind me. Next time I get invited to something, assuming you don't be like, oh, I never want to play with her, that bitch ass again.
I'm literally
like-
joining your game
like
on Monday.
You know what? Fair, but I'm not the one playing. I'm not the one playing, though.
You're playing all of the NPCs. What are you on about? Of course you were playing.
Yeah, that's
You're playing like the majority of the combatants in that game.
Okay, you know what? Fine. I'll add more wizards than I normally would.
Oh no, we're gonna wipe.
Yeah, that's what I say. I when I'm DMing, I usually use more martial mooks because I personally I'm so used to spellcasters. If I have like spellcasting mooks, they are almost always like a boss enemy according to my players, even if they're like a CR lower.
I am gonna go my.
I feel like a paladin is like a decent middle ground between caster and like martial. I have a gun paladin essentially character that I use for like a Tomb of Annihilation game, and I managed to. Well, granted, I still managed to get in. I don't do a good description for every time I shoot, but I do still like manage to figure out like a decent amount of times where I managed to at least have some sort of description with it, because even though I was like primarily shooting, however, I did at some point just for certain actions I just did revert to insert Fallout New Vegas Stranger guitar riff.
I am going to cut my stream here, so I will thank everybody who joined for this.
Yeah.
Thank
You're
you,
all
people.
wonderful, and I
Thank you for
appreciate it.
having us.
Thank you for joining.
This has been a delight. This game has been a delight, like, entirely. I
Yeah.
am super happy with how this game has played out. And
I'm super happy to hang out with you.
yay! I'll come back for a bit if you're all still here after I get some little bit of nibbles, but I'm gonna call the stream here because
Okay.
rawr. Because rawr.
Wow.
Good night, everyone. Be sure to like the video. Or don't. Dislike it if you didn't have a good time. That's fair. I accept it.
Like it. Like it or else.
Engage with the video. Leave a comment. Comment telling me why I'm
Yeah.
wrong. I don't care about what. Just
Buttons.
something I did wrong. Let me know. Okay. Bye.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.